Welcome back and thank you for staying with Weekend Prime. Now, Kenya has committed to end HIV and AIDS as a public health threat and teen pregnancies by 2030. Similarly, it is looking to put an end to sexual and gender-based violence by 2026. Our reporter, Gloria Milimu, looks at this overlapping challenge and how the three pose a threat to the attainment of these goals.
In the sprawling slums of Dandora in Nairobi, we meet this 16-year-old girl, whom we shall call Umi. She spends her days figuring out what would become of her 7-month-old baby, and her studies that now hangs in the balance. In a way, her early motherhood is a metaphor for the responsibilities she unwittingly burdened herself with. But like the warrior she is taking it in her stride.
Mimi sikuwa najua niko na mimba, nilijua niko na mimba ikiwa na 7 months, juu haiko inaonekana. So nilikuwa nenda shule lakini sikuwa najua.
Life has never been the same since the day she discovered she was expectant, she says. You see, Umi aspires to become a nurse someday. But what stands between her career aspiration and ability to lead a normal life just like her peers are the big shoes she has to wear as a mother to her daughter.
Imeniathiri sana juu hakuna mtu anaweza nisupport. Naona hii society tuko kuna stigmatization. Watu wanaona ukishapata mtoto hawezi rudi shule kusoma.
While her peers are busy in school learning the basics of education and readying themselves for life and its peculiarities, Umi's early motherhood has forced her to see life through the lens of an adult.
You feel bad sana. Unaona saa zingine unakufilisha vibaya kabisa, ama hata hao watoto huku ukitembea na mtoto anaanza kukuangalia na sema una mtoto amezaa mtoto, ama hata ukienda clinic unaambiwa hivyo. Instead of kuencourage when utaleo mtoto wana kudiscourage. Ndio unakaa chini pekee yako unajiuliza kwa nini nilifanyanga nini, nilikosianga Mungu wapi.
For this 20-year-old, whom we shall call Nancy to protect her identity, the script is all too familiar. At only 16, she has already become a mother of not only one, but 2 babies. The Form 4 student is not alone in these troubled waters. Here, life as it appears is lived on the fast lane, and young girls are the oblivious stars in a theater that is filled with lifelong bitter or sweet lessons.
Nilikuwa naona nimefail mamangu na babangu, hadi my brothers zangu na sistangu, but siku give up.
At only 19, this young mother, whose identity we are also not revealing, was already put in the family way. The challenges that come with marriage did not spare her either. Her young union was rocked by alleged cases of violence and infidelity. Juliana, also not her real name, only got to know about her HIV status last year. The results, she says, broke her heart in unimaginable ways. She felt betrayed, defeated, and alone.
Last year, November, the man threw me out of his house. Again, saa 7 ya usiku with my 2 kids. So I went to stay with a friend. When I was staying with a friend, it was like I just decided to go know my status. So when I reached there, I was like, I'm positive. That was my first test.
Juliana, Nancy, and Umi are just but among thousands of young girls paying the ultimate price of the triple threat of new HIV infections, pregnancy among adolescents, and sexual and gender-based violence that curtails young people's fundamental rights to quality life, access to education, and healthcare. According to the National Syndemic Diseases Control Council, about 99 new HIV infections occur among children aged between 10 and 19 years every week. In 2020, this demographic contributed to 15% of all new HIV infections that year. This means at least 2 out of every 10 people diagnosed with HIV then were children between that age bracket. Similarly, Cases of sexual and gender-based violence among adolescents aged 10 to 17 years in 2021 was 16,476, or 42% of total sexual and gender-based violence cases reported during that period. When it comes to teenage pregnancies, at least 260,000 of all clients who attended antenatal clinics in the country were children aged between 10 and 19 years in 2022.
We have been concerned by the unproportionately increasing number of new infections amongst young people and adolescents. Unfortunately, this is within the same cohort that we see practices that drive up new HIV infections, what we call as endemic factors.
Experts say the overlapping challenge of new HIV infections poses a threat to the attainment of the goals Kenya has committed to in ending the three vices. They explained that the triple threat presents a complex web of vulnerabilities that affect the well-being of adolescents, especially girls. As well, they advise on the need for collaborative solutions to tackle the triple threat scourge. In its effort to tackle the triple threat that reverses gains made in combating new HIV infections, teenage pregnancies, together with sexual and gender-based violence, the Ministry of Health through the National Syndemic Diseases Control Council says it has leveraged the community health strategy, which brings on board about 100,000 health promoters and government administrative officers. These teams are expected to help create awareness about the effects of the three at the grassroots level.
This started last year, where we recognized that among the national government administrators we have across the country, there are about 12 to 13,000 chiefs and assistant chiefs. Below them, we have the village elders who also work closely with the Nyumba Kumi initiatives. So we have been on a program where we are sensitizing these community gatekeepers to play a leading role in ensuring that within the communities they come from, individuals, families, and communities are sensitized and have the knowledge of the threats that are posed by these three challenges we have mentioned.
The program has been launched in at least 26 counties. Similarly, this increment has been attributed to COVID-19 pandemic that weakened the country's health systems. Now, experts warn that should there be another hit on the country's health systems, the country is likely to renege on the gains made. Overall, in order to create a healthier, safer, and more empowered future for the likes of Umi, Juliana, and Nancy, and thousands of other adolescents and young adults at risk of triple threat, collective action is paramount. Gloria Milimu, KTN News.
Another break, but still to come.